So I grew up as a skinny fat Asian kid who managed to fix it. But you know, when I started working out, I didn't know what was happening. Like, why were my arms so skinny? Everything, you know, legs, arms. But my belly was so big. Why? And I didn't know what to do in this situation, you know, in that shit situation. I thought that I was just fat because, you know, the first thing you see when you look forward, you know, is your belly, right? I only saw my belly being big, so I assumed that I must be fat. So I began a cut. I cut down to, I think, 62 kilos body weight, which for me, oh my god, I looked like a skeleton. It was so skinny. I was so skinny. And you know what was the point of that? I wanted a six-pack. But after that cut, I didn't even have that six-pack. It was that bad. Because if you are skinny fat, you lack muscle. So I didn't have any muscle, and I got down to really low body fat. I ate 1000 calories a day, which was terrible. I ate salads every day. So what did I do wrong? What I did wrong was that I cut down. You don't have any muscle to cut down. People usually cut down because, you know, they are either fat, you know, fat, which skinny fat is not fat. Because if you're skinny fat, you have relatively healthy-ish body fat percentage, you know, 15 to 20. You're not like obese. So you don't have anything to cut down to. Or two, you bulked, you know, you bulked up to 20% body fat, and you want to cut down, you know, to show the muscle that you built. But when you cut down as a skinny fat person, you just don't have any muscle. You lose muscle. You have to understand that your body structure is skinny fat. You know, I experienced it myself. When I cut down with, you know, minimal exercise, my body just looked worse. And even when you exercise, you can build muscle, but it will be much less than when you, for example, bulk or even maintain. So what should you do to avoid this situation? Because I didn't know what to do. I cut because I thought that I was fat. And you have to understand what is skinny fat. Alright? Because, okay, I'll give you an example. So recently, I was, you know, a friend of mine, he started going to the gym. And he said, bro, look at me, I'm so skinny fat. Like, I have to deal with this issue. And I looked at him and I was like, bro, you'll have a six-pack in like 1 or 2 months. What are you talking about? Skinny fat. A lot of people are just either fat or they are just skinny. This is skinny fat. And it was only when I started bulking that changed everything. So when I started bulking, lean bulking, okay? Not dirty bulking. When I started lean bulking, my body recombed. And the whole structure itself looked very different. Because I gained muscle, which, you know, I didn't have. And even when you bulk and you gain, you know, let's say you gain more body fat than, you know, you gain more fat than you wanted, you still will fix skinny fat. Because guess what? You gain muscle. So now you are bulkier. You know, you look a bit bulkier. And you know, that's not skinny fat. You just look bulkier, you have more muscle. Now when you cut down, the muscle will be visible and skinny fat is gone. It's this simple. But many people mistaken lean bulk and dirty bulk. A lot of people think that dirty bulking is just eating McDonald's every day till your fucking belly explodes. But that's just absolutely not true. I see many people, you know, dogging on bulking nowadays, but I think bulking is still viable. If you just bulk correctly, you won't gain that much fat, and when you cut correctly, you won't lose a lot of muscle. It's logic, right? If I would put two charts right here, you will see it. You know, you bulk, your muscle goes up a lot, your fat will go up too. When you cut down, the fat will go down, and your muscle will go just a bit down. So you will have more muscle and less fat. It's a long time process, but it's worth it, trust me. So lean bulking is essentially when you add just a little bit of surplus to your maintenance. You can calculate your maintenance online. You can search it. You know, search how to calculate my maintenance. You calculate your maintenance. Boom! It's It's, for example, 2,500 calories is your maintenance, meaning that if you ate 2,500 calories a day, you won't gain weight or lose weight. And then you add 200 calories to that maintenance calories to those. So it will be 2,700 calories per day. And every week you check your weight. Okay, you hop on your weight, and if you gain too much of weight, you eat 100 less calories. That's it. You try this, trial and error, and when you gain 0.25 kgs per week, you're fine. And also, when you lean bulk, please eat clean, okay? It means no junk, no processed food. I know it's calories in, calories out, meaning if you ate those 25,000 calories of McDonald's, you won't gain any weight. It's true. But your body will thank you if you eat clean. So please, it's for your body's sake. You will feel better in the gym, outside the gym, just living everyday life. So eat clean, please. And when you bulk up to your desired, when you bulk up to, 20%, when it's, a bit too far, and you have a feeling that you should probably cut, and it's time to cut. This is really hard for me to assess, when you will need a cut. So you'll just have to do it yourself. This is something that, you have to assess by yourself. So, here's a chart. Here are some images you can look into and assess it by yourself. Or, you just feel it. You have to assess it, you have to feel it yourself when you want to cut down. If I do this, when I started working out, when I started fixing this skinny fat issue, bro, I would fix it much more quicker. So bulk if you are truly skinny fit, of course. So hope you found this helpful.